Hey everybody, welcome back. It's the Friday before Power Tour. Sorry. It's the Thursday before Power Tour. And I'm driving Sauerkraut. I've put about 50, 60 miles on her now. It's actually going all right. I mean, it's okay. It's drivable, but it's not great. It's got a ways to go. She's not polished very well. But anyway, I had to park in front of my house, and there was a big puddle underneath it. So I brought it back down here to investigate, and here we are. This is not where I was hoping to be 2 days before I need to leave. Anyway, wherever I set it down, the input retainer here was leaking oil all over the place. In the 60 miles I drove it, this thing pumped out probably a quart of oil, and it only holds maybe 3. So yeah, I'm gonna do the best I can to reseal that and put it back together, and we're gonna cross our fingers and see what happens. Well, it's back together. You can see it runs. I'm gonna drive it to work tomorrow. We're gonna see what happens. So if everything goes right and it's not leaking, I think it'll be good enough for Power Tour. And we'll see you guys in Memphis on Monday. If not, I'll be in Plan B. Well, here we are. It's Sunday morning. What would it be? The 12th of June, I believe. Power Tour starts tomorrow. So I'm gonna go meet up with the group of guys that I usually travel with. We're headed there right now. About 10 after 6 in the morning. We're hoping to leave by 6:30. It's super foggy. I don't know if you can see this, but you can't see much. I think it's about 55, maybe 60 degrees here, almost a little chilly. It's supposed to be 97 in Memphis today, so that'll be fun. But anyway, we're cruising down the highway here. We're going about 65. So far, so good. Yeah?
I put new side windows in it.
She split right there. Gets all the coolant out of it. We're working on a temporary fix here. All right, it's the next morning here, but here's an update on the rat rod. We were able to all put our heads together and patch this up. There's some ultra gray in there, and this is a piece of Dynamat, the old tin sign, and a 2x4 from the hardware store to reinforce the bottom of the radiator. But anyway, it's holding coolant. It does have just a little seep, but we drove it 200-ish miles after that yesterday. We got 100 to go today. Supposedly a new radiator can be had for, what's today, Monday? Tomorrow. So we're probably gonna, I think he's planning on ordering a new one either way. But it's keeping us on the road, so there's that. we made it to Memphis. Start a power tour. We gotta go get checked in. Well, it's bright and early, Wednesday, day 3. We're gonna head from Nashville to Hoover, Alabama today. Sorry there wasn't much actual video yesterday. We were really busy, but we got the radiator all patched up in the rat rod. I'll give you a look at that. There was a really kind people at a radiator shop in Tennessee. They welded a new bracket on it, on top of it for us there. And they were able to reinforce this lower corner and put a new bracket on it, which is where it was leaking from. They're super cool guys. But anyway, so that's all fixed up, working good, not overheating. But we got a little bit of a late start yesterday because of that. So we got into the venue a little late, which meant we got to the hotel a little late. So we didn't really do a whole lot last night. But anyway, this is the place that helped us out with the Radiator, Galloway, Tennessee. If you ever need anything Radiator wise, I would definitely give them a shout. Standout people, excellent people. Apparently they're 100% USA made. They have all kinds of cool stuff. Top-notch facility. I would definitely give them my business in the future. I did have my first failure of the trip. We're missing a screw here, so the old mirror's bouncing around down the highway. Also, I don't know how much I've really shown you guys this, but we hacked in a temperature gauge just so I can see if it's about to melt down, which actually runs super steady, 90 degrees Celsius, which is the factory temp basically for this Mercedes engine. I think that's roughly 190 degrees, something like that. But truck's running great. We're gonna get that mirror fixed up and we'll be on the road again today. So this is our hotel parking lot in Nashville. As you can see, there's, you know, one or two nice cars. But this is how it is pretty much every night. And this is early morning. But there's some cool stuff here. So I figure I might as well give you guys a little bit of a look at the other cars that are in my group. There's 3 of us that are doing the long haul. They're coming from Wisconsin. But here's one of the cars. So this one's a 95 Corvette convertible. LT1 in this car. This thing gets driven quite a bit. I mean, you can see he's power toured multiple times with us, a couple other cruises and whatnot. But this thing always just runs pretty top notch, pretty flawless. Cruises down the highway. No problems. AC works when the top's up. It's a pretty cool ride. And then here's the Rat Rod. It started out life as a 1931 Model A sedan, and this is the one we were having a little bit of radiator trouble with. This car's been all over the country multiple times, and it's been a really reliable, very reliable hot rod. We had obviously had a little trouble with the radiator, but that should be all fixed up now. But here, we just come and look at this thing. It's a 350 small block with a supercharger on it. It's interesting. I've never actually driven this myself, but the thing's a riot. There's not a whole lot to it, but it's got a ton of character. It's a beautiful truck. I think this is its 4th or 5th power tour. So, and then he always pulls the trailer, whichever car he brings. But this thing is super handy. This is where we keep the majority of our tools and adult beverages for late night refreshment. But yeah, it's super handy. It's definitely one of a kind as well. Well, we made it to Alabama. We're at Hoover. All 3 cars in the group made it. No major problems. We did put an alternator in the rat rod today, but that was a pretty simple, easy fix. Well, morning. It's Thursday morning. So this is what, day 4. We're in Pelham, Alabama at the hotel, Hoover, Alabama stop. So we're gonna be going to Pensacola, Florida today. I was working on the truck a little bit last night. We ended up taking the clutch pedal out and moving the pivot point on the arm. We actually did some math and determined that me following the directions that came with that hydraulic clutch kit, my pivot point, or my attachment point for my hydraulic clutch was about 3/4 of an inch too far down, which made the clutch pedal super hard to push. So we drilled a different hole and put that all back together. I can show you that when we go over the truck, but let me give you a picture of the parking lot here. It was a little rowdy last night. I got a little bit of it, but not a lot. But yeah, they were having some fun. This was a good time. But I'll show you a few of the cars here too. So like I was saying, I followed the directions on that Speedway hydraulic master cylinder install kit, and it basically just said to, here, we'll see if I can get a picture of it. So you can see where we moved it here. It's 3/4 of an inch roughly higher up, which made an incredible amount of difference. The instructions from the Speedway kit like literally just said measure straight back from the master cylinder, mark your pedal and drill a hole. And apparently there's a lot more involved in that. So after talking to a couple other guys and reading a few interwebs, we determined that there's actually math involved. So what we did, what is recommended, I guess, from what I saw, is a 6-to-1 pedal ratio. So we measured the whole length of the pedal, which is almost 15 inches on this truck, and then we divided that by 6. Came out to like 2 1/3 inches, which gives us a 6-to-1 pedal ratio. So we ended up drilling that hole we drilled is 2 1/3 inches down from the pivot point, and it works so much better. So we're gonna give it a test out today, but the pedal feel, or the pedal effort on this thing is less than half of what it was before. It should be incredibly better. But thanks for watching. We got 2 days left here. We'll see what we can come up with. We'll keep you informed here. Here's another view of the burnout box from last night. It's pretty rowdy at the hotel here. It was a lot of fun. 11:15 a.m. I guess it's Saturday now. We just got to our hotel in Murfreesboro. We had a little electrical problem with the rat rod. I am beat. I feel like Patrick Swayze in that trucker movie with Meatloaf. But we're gonna tuck her in for the night, and I'll let you know what's going on tomorrow. All right, so the battery in this thing's underneath here. So it didn't really want to come out, and we suspected it was shorted, so we disconnected the cables from the jumper packs there, bolted them together, taped that one up really good. We took the battery out of the diesel truck, jammed it in the suitcase, or in the trunk here. Some battery terminals that we were able to buy at the truck stop. Fired it back up, and it got us all the way here. I think that was 80 some miles. But yeah, we're gonna fix up this morning and head on home. Well, it's about 10:30 on Saturday night. I just pulled into the driveway here at my house. The power tour is all over for this year, 2022. I guess recap, it was very hot. It took a very long time to get into the venues the first 2 days. But other than that, a couple small hiccups on the sauerkraut truck here, nothing crazy. I lost a bolt for the driver's mirror, so we had to replace that so it wasn't wobbling around. I had to adjust my clutch pedal, which made a world of difference. This thing's actually fairly comfortable to drive now. And it developed a bit of a fuel leak. It looks like there's some diesel fuel leaking up from under the engine on the way home here today. So we'll have to take a look and see what's up with that. It seems to be running fine, so obviously it wasn't anything that stopped us. The Corvette made it the whole way home. It got a little hot a couple times, but overall pretty good. The rat rod made it home too. That one gave us the most problems, but we got her. So I mean, we had that radiator leak. We got that all fixed up. That's good to go. We put 3 alternators on that in the last 3 days, plus a battery. And that third alternator stopped charging halfway home today too. So I'm not exactly sure what's going on there. Also, I don't think I ever got a video of it or showed you guys, but the engine mount bolts broke off in the motor plate in the front on the one side. But they were able to limp it home. It drove the whole way. That thing's been on 4 long haul power tours. So they'll get it all fixed up. You'll probably see it around again if you're ever go to Power Tour or you're in the neighborhood up here in southwestern Wisconsin. All in all, I had a great time. If they said they were going to start it all over next week, I would repack my bags and go again tomorrow. If you ever have a chance to do Power Tour, it's a great time. You should definitely do it. Even if you don't have what somebody would consider a cool car, go anyway. So just want to say, appreciate you guys watching the videos. Make sure you like and subscribe. Comment if you have any questions, and we'll see you next time.